All right, we're recording, but we're not really on YouTube yet. So, well, actually, we are.
Oh,
We're not
right.
fully there yet. So hold on. Hello, everyone. We're still setting up.
Yeah, poker face.
Oh, I just have to turn. Okay. All right, Amy, go for it.
Hi, welcome to another edition of Off the Deep End. It's been a long time since I've had an interview with Ivan Teller from ivanteller.com. You could also catch him on his Facebook, subscribe to his bi-weekly webinar, watch him as he channels all kinds of beings from angels to aliens to cockroaches. And we're also here with Daria Derrida. She is major intuitive, knows a lot about what's going on in the world, a lot about astral, and she's also the host of Let's Talk. So without further ado, welcome Ivan and Daria. And oh, by the way, we're going to be talking about some pretty deep subjects. We're going to be talking about suicide, what happens after we die, what happens to a soul that transitions after committing suicide, etc. So welcome, you guys.
Whoa.
Hi,
How's it going?
Well, greetings.
Welcome. It's been a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Yeah, Daria, if you want to we have different subjects we're going to go into, so we might as well start off with one topic and then jump to the other one. So
Okay, so I'm going in cold turkey here. So basically, I've been watching the videos of Eric lately. Actually, I've been avoiding them energetically, and suddenly they've been popping up. And my first intuitive thinking is like listening to the channeling. It's like, guys, I know we're all like fantasizing about a heaven or the transitioning to the other side is smoothly. By taking suicide, you're just going over like normal, like going like out of a car into another one, and you're allowed back in again, like it's cotton candy. I mean, my first instinct was like, no, it's not like that. And then I started to have conversations with Ivan and other intuitive and clairvoyant people about it. And basically, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, I totally got you. It's interesting because one of the first channels I saw within my spiritual journey was the show Channeling Eric on YouTube. And I thought it was cool because they'd have different topics to discuss regarding spirituality. They bring in different celebrities who've passed in addition to historical figures like Martin Luther King, bringing Jesus, all kinds of figures. But one thing that was interesting that just stuck in my mind was this person committed suicide. Is it healthy to channel somebody who's, committed suicide, or these people letting him move on and transition? That's one question I had. And another thing that probably a lot of people won't be very happy that I mentioned, especially that since Eric is very popular and has helped a lot of people, is that, regardless of what the intent is, his family is profiting as a result of his death. Yes, no, it's the message. Perhaps that's what Eric wants as far as they understand. But, one thing that concerned me was like, is it right to write a channel book about somebody who's passed and commits suicide? And lastly is when the mediums channel Eric on the show, do they understand, where he is and what the ramifications are themselves?
Yeah. I felt I'm going to like say whatever's going to be on my mind about that subject. And basically what I see, what I saw about Eric in astral, it was popping up and being held by two beings that are dark, coming in to the person who is going to channel Eric. And this is what I see as in astral, and I see the YouTube channel. They're looking so jolly and happy about channeling Eric, and I see like, actually I've drawn it so you can see how it looks like. This is what I saw. The thing here is actually the light behind, and it's not allowed into the light. So they're actually some kind of amphibian, darkish. I see the ears and the scale skin, and they're dark, and they're big eyes. And they're holding him, and they're saying to him what he's allowed to say and what he's not allowed to say just before he's going to be channeled. So,
I think that's interesting.
So there you have a scenario in astral, and you also have a scenario he's being channeled by a being, and people are asking his questions all over the world, and he's not allowed to say what's true. It's going
he holds back a lot.
Yeah.
Or he ushers in hold back a lot. And then there's also been contradictory stories that have been channeled through these mediums who have Eric walk through. I think with Jamie Butler, there was like some kind of contradiction as to, I guess, the story of the conception of Jesus, of Yeshua. And she channeled one piece of information, and then Yeshua came back to be channeled, and Mother Mary through Kim Babcock, another one of the, I'm going to call them the Eric channeling mediums. And she channeled him, and Yeshua said a completely different story about the conception. And interestingly enough, Jamie Butler, who helped co-author his first book, she's not been on the show for some time.
I can comment on that. When there's something that coming through that, like what he says, everything is great, but somebody else channels the same question and he doesn't want that out, he'll come. That's what I got. I got a visitation from that was not pleasant. So I know it was him too. So it was definitely him. I mean, you can filter through what it's like. Somebody said, "Oh, that's not him." It's like, let me look at it again. Yeah, you're right, but I see that it's him, and it's not. And he was around. It was a pretty heavy negative force, also. So that kind of got me into this subject matter, not just because Abby mentioned it, but also because I've had an experience that was just recently. So anyway,
it was due time to do it because I was questioning who is going to bring up the subject. It's so viral, the everything. It gets like, I was like saying to Ivan, I think I need a t-shirt with him on myself. Sorry, I will not say that on TV. But what I was picturing, anyways, it's like it's getting out of hand, I think. And for me, it's like I watched quick. I didn't watch the whole video, and I saw the mother was somewhere, right? And I was like, damn, they're giving her so much hope, right? Hope. And you know, the energy hope is actually a time stealer. You're actually hoping for something, hoping for a heaven, hoping her son is having a good moment is being taken care of the spirits. There's hope for her too. She's coming after him, and who knows what the scenario there will be when he's with these guys. And then it's like the hope stuff, and I had to turn it off because I couldn't listen to it. Like my instant like fraud channel was like on, and like no. And the thing about like some people in, I call it in 3D, it's like the program structure we're thinking, like they think it's the heaven is the ultimate free spot where like we do hangouts after we die and chill. I don't know if you drink latte or something, but like we think we go there and meet God and hang out. It's like we're done. We don't need to do anything in space anymore. Like we're done, right? We did that one life on Earth and we're now in heaven. It's like we're actually complete beings, right? So we're there. It's so in the program, but higher dimensional beings, they're afraid of the world heaven. There are, when I approach in astral higher dimensional being and I say, come, let's visit heaven, and they're like, ugh. They're shivering, right? They're afraid of the word heaven. Like, what does it resonate with? It's like from the arcane structure, or from, it's like, it sounds like jail too, right?
Yeah, because like you go to some place where it's supposed to be like the plane of bliss, right? Is that what it's supposed to be? And
it's actually
it's like, but it's kind of weird because it's the plane of bliss, but at the same time, imagine somewhere where nothing bad happens ever. You know, what happens if, you know, somebody actually steps out of line, or there's like
higher dimensional beings, they know how the universe is structured. They have traveled and experienced consciousness, not to come to Earth and get trapped inside a heaven where there's basically a pause and a stop. And there, you know, you don't evolve anymore. And beings that are actually addicted because of their soul expansion get trapped in heaven sounds more like hell. And if you view in with the arcane stories, they're actually the same. So where do you want to go?
Yeah, because it's just like one polarity versus the other. I guess like it's whatever you gravitate to energetically, you know?
Yeah, they say, come on, Dara, you can do better. They're really afraid of it.
Well, yeah, like spirit guides or some, you know, we say, oh yeah, they're perfect, can't do no wrong. Gee, most of them are like, well, you guys just born yesterday. They just throw wherever they want to. You know, why are you guys like, I want to talk to my guides and I hear nothing. It's like, what is this? It's like, you know, they kind of like shut the door on it. Hey, I'm here to help you, but I'm going to be sitting at the bar for a while. So, you know, I'll help you when I can. It's like, not all guides are like that, but man, I mean, I heard they can get lazy. They can just become arrogant. You can even change their mindset. They become negative.
So you're the guides that are going into your field, you're actually connected to them. So what their energies are they somehow going to give that energy to you sooner or later? So you have been, I know there are many bad guides also, and they're actually not only angels watching over you, there are fallen angels watching what you do to make you do a wrong step, somehow take suicide so they can, what happens next, right?
It's like the angel of light and the dark. That's literally true. You know, you're constantly battling both like polarities.
But there's a more dimensional game going on with the angels in light and dark in astral going into the earth dimensions. Mm-hmm. So what I see this. You have a soul contract, right? And it's fulfilling. You have to meet like say from 0 to 50 years, you have to meet all these people. And it's like a branch of discoveries and conversation, and you can think it's shitty, but somewhere line before the 50, you actually meet some people. They need what you say they need into their life so they can evolve their branches and their branches and their branches. This is how it goes. If you take your life when you're 20, you destroy whatever happens there. So basically, you destroy not only your soul contract, but you can't fulfill the other soul contracts either, because it was important for them to listen to what you said, to evolve,
to
expand, to trigger, to download, to go somewhere else, to listen, to enjoy whatever it is. So basically, like saying that taking suicide is like, oh, it's like nothing. It's so wrong to say that, but because actually, I don't like to use logic, but here you can actually use the logical mind to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So I think
so another thing I would like to bring up is the ongoing programming that's been going on. I think there's been a spike just like in the last few years that that it's okay to commit suicide. For example, there was a nurse a couple years back who found out that she was gonna die of cancer. She supposedly became really ill, and the news made this big deal about how she was gonna decide to commit suicide, right? And there was just like this big, huge deal about it. At the end, she decided not to. But check this out. I looked this girl up. I Googled her. I looked her up on Facebook. I looked her up on LinkedIn. I did my research. This person's name did not exist. She had like pictures of her and things like that. This was the story that was made up about this person to instill upon people that it's okay to commit suicide. And interestingly enough, there's also spiritual channelers or people who have shows on YouTube. I think one is called Teal Swan, who even has a video on how it's okay to commit suicide and how she actually told somebody to commit suicide and laughed about it. Like, oh yeah, he's doing better now.
Yeah, I mean,
how would you know that? It's like,
exactly. And for somebody who told out so much spiritual advice, you know, it's just like, wait a minute, you know, something's wrong here.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't do that to people I hate.
Mm-hmm. That's a terrible thing, though.
Yeah, it's like the baddest.
Yeah. It really is.
Go ahead, everything. It's gonna be okay. Don't worry.
And she actually said it with love, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah. So it was like no big deal. It's like picking out clothes. It's like no big deal. If you don't like, just throw it out. You don't like your life, just throw it out. No big deal. It's like, what is that? It's
and then on top of that, like people who call her out on that on their videos get all kinds of hate because she has such a big following, but you know they don't understand how serious it is.
Maybe she said it and she heard she said it and there was no turn back, so she had like to maneuver and play it's cool.
She was brave enough to keep it
probably
going.
Do that, so I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Well, yeah, somebody put in the comment about like for Eric, like when he came to me and it was not very pleasant. Oh, but he does a lot of pranks. That wasn't a prank. That was more of like, I would say like an attack. It was like a dark cloud, it was him. It was like if you want to say demonic is a good word for it. I mean, even pranking people. I mean, you're a soul that just crossed over and you're out pranking people. I mean, I know there must be other ways to make people laugh. That seems to be very.
He's being nice and then like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, it's sweet, and it's like,
Oh, it's cute. Yeah, it's all cute.
I don't feel it's him, actually
Yeah.
him, because like he's not driving the bus. He gave up the bus. He gave up the vessel. It's
I
like
can see that.
it's
Yeah.
like who's steering the bus? It's somebody who had the next contract over his soul contract.
Yeah.
Either it was his bad spirit guy or fallen angel. They're allowed to come in. He broke the ribbon. I call it a ribbon, like a rubber ribbon or something. It's whole. It's like they know that you're going to be soft in this life, so they put a lot of pressure on you, putting downloads on or images that how your life is sucking on the maximum level of sucking. So you're depressed, and they're like pushing these buttons, and then you hear the voices like, why don't you take suicide? It's easier. And then they give you like this false feeling of freedom, and then you commit the suicide, and then you have breaking something that's actually not good. Then you're making allowed for the demonic or the fallen angels or the bad guys to come into the vessel next incarnation or reincarnation. And then you live among humans. You go out drinking and you do sabotaging and you do all the stuff that was set to be done in the future, and you just sabotage it. You just don't fulfill anything. You just, people are looking at you like, there are a lot of people like fallen angels among us, and nobody's questioned how did they get in? How did they get in?
Yeah, the idea is for them to grab your soul, basically. The war energies here. Call them what you want, dark entities, demons. They're there, war, alien vibrations. They're just there to take your soul. They want control over your soul.
So they can lower the ascension process.
Exactly.
Without the ascension, they're basically queens and kings.
Yeah, they don't want to lose that. So,
how can you tell who's a fallen angel amongst us outside of the smoking and things like that are typical, like fun behavior? How can you distinguish the fallen angel?
With the energy. I have encountered trying to feel their energy, and it's like they don't want to give their energy to me. There is like they're putting their masks up when I'm coming in front of them and ask who you are, and they're putting on this mask, the mask that I created about them, not the true identity from astral or from other places. They don't want to give up because they look like shit. So they give the masks what I have created that is good about them. They actually get that program out of me and put it on. So when I ask, they put on the nice stuff and they play from that on. From that, they play the program. And I get, how do you call it, decepted somehow? Mm-hmm. But then I ask, no, really, who are you? And it's like they yeah, it's like you can't read them actually. So, and then if you're a higher dimensional being and you can take your consciousness higher, you can actually see it from a bird perspective. And then you see the timelines and how they evolve, how did they get in, conversation with Prime, conversation with other angels about that being. So you kind of get, if you're able to do that, of course.
Well, I have ISIS, a lot of fallen angels are in ISIS, terrorist groups, gangs like Bloods, Crips, police. Yeah. They're definitely in the police.
Music to get people coming, listening.
Yeah, music. Yeah, dark. Yeah, dark. But either way, I'm at most.
Or even dark subject matter in music that's supposed to be light. You know, like you
Exactly.
have this poppy music, not poppy, but pop music, and then about some girl that's all, you know, all heartbroken about somebody who broke up with her, but she's talking about getting high all the time to get over some guy, or you know, a lot of suggestive lyrics within like the pop music
crazy,
kind of gear you to
you have this music about self-love. It's actually in here, it's like lower, and you have about how you lost the love and how you have to find like you are the only one. They sing like this, but in higher you're like, I am the only one. It's actually twisted somehow. It's like you go and search for your other half, but you're not half, you're whole. So why do you search for your other half? You're not half. So the music is so...
Yeah, exactly.
I just listen to dubstep without the lyrics. Thank you. It's like lyrics irritate me. There's so much vibration in the lyrics. And if there's somebody with the guitar and trying to play Wonderwall, I have to like go. I have to go. It's like I get dry.
Mm-hmm.
But back to Eric. So my first vision of him was with the amphibian Zeta hybrid dark beings with big eyes, right? And then my next vision of him was his half face was like in the shadow, and he had like a loop on his eye. I think maybe it was symbolic. He views this earth through the channelers. It's how he can view. And
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So he needs the channelers to see what's going on in Earth, because he's in a place where he's basically in limbo or purgatory or whatever they call it, something like that. And so he needs to use the channelers or the mediums to be able to see anything. So he's seeing things from their perspective.
Yeah.
Well, also some people are saying, as you already heard this, Eric's healed though. He's doing good. But that is also, you know, demonic energies are saying, oh, I'm doing just fine here. Prank the shit out of you. You know, everything's just fine.
Yeah.
So there's more going on there. So, but the channelers, as you, Daria said, that channelers are coming from light, so they're not always seeing where the lower energy is coming through, you know, which makes a lot of sense.
There's so many channelers that are obsessed with just channeling light. And they're just, their head is stuck in the light. They only want to channel light. So they don't see what is coming through. And he's good at putting on the masks because they want to see that. So it's you can't go point on to the channelers. There's something wrong here. You can't go to Eric and say something. The issue here is vaporized through everyone. So it's a program, right? I see people that are getting angry about this subject. There's nothing to be angry about, actually, because it belongs to a program. It doesn't belong to you. This issue is not about you. So actually, this issue shouldn't be even talked about. Everybody, it's like without...
Let's talk about something else now. Good one, Daria.
Yeah, and another thing I seen what you said, Amy, about I see him being just before the beings came and got him. I think Prime came and took him for a few moments to show him something. and to say, this is going to be your reality for a while. And this is what I know I'm not a beautiful, this is prime, of course. And this is like shadow reality, and they're watching into this. So this is what I saw before ending up like this. And I'm not even saying I'm sorry to see this, because this is what I can contribute with. This is nothing less, this is more.
And that's it's good that we're talking about this, and that you are bringing that reality, that perspective of what can happen to somebody who chooses suicide. And it's a very hard topic. I understand there's people who are suffering in the world who got
you can say it's not a hard topic. It's a game for the dark beings. It's a game. Yeah. So the only way we have to like overcome this thing is to say it is a game. Okay, the game is on. Like, what is here to do? Not take suicide. Okay, good one.
You're right. You can look at it from the perspective of if you look at it from the perspective of not just somebody who just incarnated into this earth and I live here on this earth and there's nothing else kind of thing. You know, you can look at it as from a purposeful standpoint. I came here to do X, to learn something. And, you know, my goal should be to make it through this incarnation, not only with, you know, living my life as I planned, but, you know, not succumbing to dark energies or situations that will make me choose suicide, you know. Can look at it like that, you know, like a mission Earth.
It is so, I mean, the suicide, it's a tricky game. It is. Yeah. I mean, everybody somewhere down the line has had like, oh shit, my life goes to hell. I don't have control over this situation. Everybody's leaving me, blah, 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 blah. But still, that's because they're in 3D and others are 3D.
What do you think about people who endure like really bad emotional and physical trauma, like people who are, you know, traded as human trafficked? And
they're mostly in the now because they're having switched on to, I mean, they need to survive. Survive modus is really high on. So basically they live in that modus for a while until it's saved. Mm-hmm. So they're mostly about not suicide, but escape and survival. Even if it's shitty.
Well, yeah, because they endure like crappy situations all the time. So the hope would be to have a better situation, not more of the same, because they're already accustomed to the state.
Still, you knew about it before you came to Earth and you took the assignment. And giving up your life is giving up your vessel. And you sign up for it, said I can do it. Yeah, it's really getting hard and harder down the line. Yeah, but I can do it. And then you live, you can't do it. Ivan.
A lot of souls beings don't want us here. You got to look at it in another way. Or dimensional beings, you know, if you're going to come here, you're going to do what we say. And suicide's one of them. You're going to be depressed. You're not going to know who you are. We don't want you to know anything. When you came in, you knew what you were. We're going to take away your soul, at least your knowledge of your soul, knowledge of your guides. And a lot of people aren't seeing it that way, but when you look at it, think, you know, they want to play with your weaknesses as much as they can so they can have you. So they can have a hold of you. So because if your timeline is screwed up, you commit suicide and you come back and you take down others also. It's not always the case. But definitely their idea is like when one domino falls, they want others to fall with it.
Not only, but if you're God, we're on the same page here. You're God, I'm God. Everybody who's viewing is God, and say you have like this freaking awesome universe, right? You have these freaking awesome planets, yeah, spaceships, gods, like magnificent everything. The best way to get that from you is to make you take suicide. You give, if
all
you
of that.
have, your vessel is your soul. Your soul is what you have. What you have is what you gain. It's like your levels. The best thing is like, okay, we play you out. So just take suicide. I think they should fight me to death to get what I have. It's like, I'm not going to give that up.
I agree. Yeah, because like whatever you've experienced, now it's theirs, practically. Yeah. It's like it's an open chest. Right now you're closed. They can't get to it. But if you take yourself out, your soul is theirs, basically.
Yeah, you're out of the game and you are back to the boss. Yeah. Like watching they do manipulation and destroy, they just shut down the whole of your system.
And they're back there sucking up people's universes, like big old dark matter, like spreading like the plague, taking your universe and your planet.
Whatever.
Suicide.
It's not whatever. It's you think it's like doesn't really matter what we say here because
I imagine there's a lot of that.
Just words, but in astral, it's so real. It's not just words.
Well, yeah, also, it does seem like you can also incarnate, obviously. In lifetimes, you don't want to, like reptilian or whatever it is. So you're under their control. You're a soldier of dark, whatever it is. Or it does seem like you can reincarnate a lower vibration.
A number, and then you will never know who you were. When it's over, you figured it out. It's like too late.
Exactly. Well, it's the individual's choice, of course, but that's their choice. They want to go through that. Anyway.
What advice can you guys give to people who are feeling suicidal? What different insights can you provide?
I would say pray for an awakening instead. To see it from another perspective. I mean, what are the problems? Is it alcohol, narcotics? What is it? Every single problem you have here on Earth is alien anyway. It's alien-based problems. So the best thing would be an awakening, actually, within, taking the journey inwards, and then the problems kind of, I don't know,
go away, and you can take on more than you've ever have before because you're looking at things from a different perspective.
Maybe say to yourself that whatever I'm experiencing, if I take suicide, it's going to be 10 times worse.
Or there's nothing that's being solved by me committing suicide. If I'm committing suicide because I'm sad, killing myself is not going to solve it. It's going to end things, but it's not going to solve something that I could have taken care of somehow while I was incarnated.
Yeah, it's the other thing about suicide, at least the one that I was connected to, is a lot of regret afterwards, after the fact. It was like, it's too late now. Now you're being manipulated and, now you're theirs, basically. Of course, it's too bad if you don't take more of this seriously. I just think it's no big deal. But then when you do the act, it's like, what have I done? It's like you just sign yourself basically to the devil, pretty much. A lot worse than that. It's not just one devil. There's like several around you. So I mean, it does seem like to get in a positive group, to talk to people that are positive, or commit yourself. If you can't talk to your friends. I mean, at least if you Baker act yourself, at least you're in an environment. I mean, it's something. I mean, at least they're trying to help, even if they're not helping. But at least you're protected, hopefully.
There
So,
are positive timelines.
so
When you're having these thoughts, I had like personal stuff here, but I had like thoughts downloaded to me, like I should kill the guy that was in when I had a boyfriend, right? That I should go and kill the guy that lies in the bed, and was kind of loud in my mind. And I was actually trying to make it stop. And it was so loud. But this is how they do it. They make it. But killing others is also something about soul contracts. You're taking the life of another person. So in astral, they can have one thing from you. You take something from them, so they can have something from you. You better not have something that's really big and like, okay, so we're doing this in America. We give everybody a chance to have a gun. So yeah, it's crazy. So killing yourself is actually, I think it's bad, and killing somebody else is actually not that. I don't know what is worst. What is worse?
You can say it was, in a way, could you say that could that have been part of the soul contract? Kind of like that person's soul killed you in a past life, so you're kind of making good on something that happened. Like maybe your soul was supposed to evolve to learn how to kill somebody, or to kill somebody, so you can learn that it's not good to kill people or something.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Simulation in astral, if you want to kill somebody, you don't need to kill and ruin someone's experience. You are not ready to die, right? So it's like
I mean, there is karma with murder, but I don't think I guess it's all different. It's different for everybody.
Different realities, because there are realities I can attach myself to and remember that it was not the same soul contract there. I could kill, and they're not the same as here. Here is like this fragile little thing, and it's called life, and it should not be taken at any cost.
Yeah, there's different types of karma. There's health karma is the one I see the most. Like if you have, like huge headaches, like all the time, that's karma. Could be murder, could be, so you're clearing out in a different way. You're always going to the doctor. You always got something wrong. You're going through karma most likely. Not always though. Sometimes you just want to experience these things.
Can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So,
I had a lot of karma because there was a period there where my energy was just, not really good, and I was going to the doctor. Sometimes I had thyroid disorder, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I had sleep apnea, sometimes I didn't. Or they tell me that there's nothing wrong with you. Your labs are perfect, and you're just like, what the hell is going on? But that was like at the precipice of my awakening. So, or my enlightenment, let's say.
That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to change the subject. I don't know if you want to talk about.
Well, I just wanted to say that I mean, I can, like, as a clairvoyant, I can go into what happens in the future about this subject. Some get angry, I know, And it's okay to be angry because it's ego issues to get angry about it, because we're we're attacking your beliefs, right? That's what it is. And maybe you're the person that is figured it out how heaven is. You've been reading that sounds better than we are talking about, and you think you belong there. Yes, of course, it's 7.5 billion realities on earth. You have allowed to have your own reality, but still there's a collective consciousness going on here, and there are not rules, but there's something that keeps us going like that, right? Spinning around in coexistent. So what I'm saying is we're not attacking you guys. There's a program here. And I can see myself in future talking to people about what we talk about here, because they're angry and approaching us. And when I take that away, that anger, they don't have anything more to say, because I took away their ego program. So that's something deep, but anyway.
No, that is very major, because I totally get what you're saying. You have people, well, just everybody in general are living their life a certain way within their belief systems, and then they hear something different. There's a lot of people who hear something slightly counter to what they know to be true. Somebody who hears about aliens or hears about multidimensional realities, they're like, what the heck? You just cracked their whole world in half. And it's major to them. It doesn't seem major to like maybe somebody like me once I kind of like get it, or maybe it's because I've never been attached to like belief systems hardcore. They've always been kind of flexible to me.
Yeah, but it feels like this, like foreign food, it took 30 years to adapt. Like the word alien will adapt. The dimension will adapt. Probably as slow as the foreign food. It's like, we're so slow. Come on, where's the speed button?
Yeah, seriously, I feel like it sometimes, especially when we're talking about like evolution or ascension, and a lot of people who are waking are just kind of following the baby steps of ascension, and it's just like, gosh, when are we gonna get there already? Like, everybody love each other so we can like, have some peace of mind every now and then. Gosh.
I have a subject. You can always go back to our main subject, but I have one about we're all seeing different Earth realities. It's like what, 1,000, maybe 1 billion. I don't want to go into all that, but
billions.
Probably. It's. But this one seems to be quite significant from what I'm feeling. It does feel like it's a turning point reality. It's like it's a little bit of all of them, obviously, but this seems like it's it plays a big part with the other Earths. I guess they're all going their ascension process and we're already there, but this one does seem like it's helping other Earth realities from what I'm feeling. So I'm not sure how that's all working, all that's being given to us, but it does seem like it's playing a big role in other ascensions on other Earths and other worlds for that matter. From what I'm feeling,
it's kind of like our ascension. Others are basically being on us.
Yeah, they're running on us. Yeah,
because they're stuck. There have been, I can see that they have been manipulated by these dark beings greatly, and I think the trust for the guide was much more, but we don't trust anyone here. And that's actually a good thing now.
Well, that's true. Well, in some cases.
So actually being this awkward and human plus awkward plus, I mean, that could be a good thing, and slow and somebody is faster. I mean, we're actually, just by being humans, I think there are a lot of dark, negative beings used to structures, and this is how it's going to be. They're just giving up. They're like, oh, they can't take over something that partially allows to be taken over, and partially it's like you don't know where you got us.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Hey, do you guys want to talk about the event? Have you ever seen that channel called The Event is Coming Soon?
Oh yeah, Brad Johnson's on that.
Talking about what's going to happen when the events come, things like that. I think you said something about the event.
I don't know.
Something's going to happen this summer, and there's been a channel talking about this event on YouTube for quite some time. I mean, they talk about a bunch of different things, but you know, the subject is when the event happens, this and this and this is going to happen. But
it's another apocalypse, but positive, right?
Yeah,
it's like an archon manipulation, from what I'm feeling. It's like
a positive archon manipulation.
I don't think it's a positive archon manipulation. No, it's like I don't know. Anytime you participate. Anytime something like that, it doesn't feel right to me.
I know what the person that invented the event is finally getting laid.
Probably.
Yeah, and that's why the event.
Probably.
Is.
That's what
I know when the event's going to happen. That's a great. Whatever hell, and what if it doesn't happen? Who cares? It's so what? I don't know. Just always anomalies and whatever it is. Like, gosh, I mean, go for it. There's, you know, on the news they'll talk about Earth is now flat. You never know. Anything's possible.
Yeah, the flat Earth theory.
The flat Earth, sure, let's go for it.
Somebody talked to me about what I thought about this flat Earth theory, and I'm like, have you looked at the sky? What shape is the sun? It's round.
But you know, I remember having memories being on Mars and looking up, and the sphere was more round than here. Here is like you. It's like there's you don't see it, but when I looked up in the sky, I see it in my memories. It was more sphere. I could see it. It felt like a smaller planet in that feeling. You know, it's crazy. Yeah, but.
I mean, what the event can happen 400 years from now. I mean, there are little events that happens all the time, but like a major, like you're not going to be able to predict any. I mean, anyway,
we could predict if we channeled each other's guides. We could hear something, but there would probably be about politics because that is what
exactly.
To talk about politics.
Everybody just left the room. Yeah, but yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm not event. I'm not. I don't know. Just live your life, enjoy it, find some joy somewhere, or sleep a lot. Some people do that. Watch Hulu or Netflix. I don't know.
Yeah, just follow your joy and focus on positive outcomes. And the more you follow your joy, focus on positive outcomes, then you'll see positive things manifesting in your life. It's really that simple. I've had a pretty rough year myself. Financially, I've been up and down, and it's all been as a result of my own choosing. I started listening to You Are Creator's YouTube channel and some Abraham Hicks stuff and other fun things and applying them. And I started seeing things manifest, or things have been manifesting positively in my life. I mean, a year ago, I wouldn't have thought I'd be in a foreign country, or not only that, getting ready to go to another foreign country, you know, and me not paying for it. So, hey, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's great. So many people are like addicted to misery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Misery
Yeah.
loves-
Misery
All of
loves
us are,
company. Misery loves
Yeah.
company. It's like, I feel so bad. I need bad people in my life. I need to call the bad people on my list, do bad stuff. And then I have the bad, like, I mean, they just, they don't even know what they have done. Like, oh, I
No.
don't know why, I don't know. And then they don't know because they
Yeah.
manifest. It's like
Yeah.
what you manifest. You have to like when somebody, I'm like the worst person you can ask for. What do you think, Daria, I should do? I said, man up. Like, I'm the worst person you can say. Just be happy, right? Just laugh, be happy, do stuff. Yeah, but what you think? Don't think, just do it. Like, I'm like the worst person you can ever. It's like you just have
Sorry,
to.
it's really, yeah, you're really a real warrior yourself, because there's a lot of times you discuss some pretty deep topics you've been through, and you say it in such a neutral, matter of fact manner. Like, yeah, it happened. So what?
Yeah.
And I think that's pretty admirable.
Check the soul contracts. They're checked. I have done them. I mean, not yet, but I mean, I'm expressing life. Okay, I'm expressing this in a awkward fashion, and I've been through a lot of shitty stuff and a lot of funny stuff, and it should be that way for everyone.
Yeah, you have to find humor in everything, even if it is somebody call you a psychotic, but you're trying to keep your sanity also.
No, you don't keep your sanity. Be psychotic. Just
exactly.
Yeah, just be out of your mind, because
yeah, if you're normal,
programming just to keep us in line. You know,
if you're normal, we're gonna stay away from you because that's being programmed.
Yeah, because I don't. I mean, if I talk to people now, I really like. Do you believe in aliens? No. Okay, bye.
That's everybody.
Yeah, I'm like doing that now. So that's me.
Like certain religious groups who, like, if you don't buy into their religion,
yeah, pretty much,
and then they friendship you, and they act like you're their friend, and then you're not interested in their religion, and then you'll never see them again. So I'll start applying the same thing. The other day I had Jehovah's Witnesses wanting to talk to me about God. I said, no, I'm sorry, I'm a, soy espiritista, I'm spiritualist. I, have my own relationship with God. Thank you.
Yeah, and that worked, right?
Especially with Latin women, if you say you're a spiritista, especially if they're really religious, they will just run across the room because they think that you're like a witch or something.
Oh, nice. What did you say you were? I need to borrow that one.
Espiritista, which basically you're, somebody who's spiritual, a spiritualist, Santeria, people who, I don't know if you heard of Santeria, like voodoo, calling in angels, invoking angels, all the stuff we do, channeling.
Yeah, and that's being, okay. Yeah, this is normal to me. This is my lifestyle.
Oh, I got an event.
They have a negative connotation on it, and they've made like they make a lot of fun of it in the movie when you see like, somebody who's a santero or somebody who does voodoo or whatever. That's all spiritualism.
There are also energies that manifest in astral, even if it's a film. Even it's a story for a kid, it's like, yeah. What did you want to say?
Again, it's my turn. Okay, good. Because I have an event that I think is going to happen. I think the sun's going to blow up and everybody's going to lose their hair. And I think it's going to happen on Thanksgiving. So there's my event.
Google
hairless humans.
Have you heard of the fake sun? Somebody's talking about that the sun we see is a hologram.
Oh, good.
Fake.
Well, I mean,
I can support that.
Yeah, it depends on the way you want to look at things. Sure. I mean, we're fake too. I mean,
Like they stole,
Here's fate.
somebody stole the sun, or I don't know, some kind of energy stole the sun, or
maybe it's Mars up there instead of the sun.
Archons were trying to steal plasma or plasma beings. Yeah, I heard that too. I haven't connected to it yet.
You know, Archons run Hollywood, as you can tell. So they want to obviously focus us on money. So if we don't have any money, you go self-destruct. So there's another Archon. At least it's Anunnaki. It seems like a lot of that's Archon too. Stock market.
I think Archons are like, if you have a wish, it can make the wish bigger. You have an Anunnaki wish to be god of money, and then you do agreement with Archon. You somehow get it. An empty suitcase, I call it.
And they come and get you afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you say those that get in the music industry become rappers or whatever it is. You can see that's like that, you know. And they sell their soul, you know. So.
Yeah, and they say it too. They say they sold their soul.
Oh yeah.
For money and fame, and so they're telling you what's going on, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, and you see them with watches.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my I resonate with that energy. But anyways, the suitcases are there.
Kind of like it's just a matter of time. Your time is running out, or your 15 minutes of fame, or something like that.
Yeah, good symbolic, Amy. So I don't have any more about Eric.
Well,
more than
What about going through the tunnel? Did you already go? I don't know if I caught everything.
Oh, the tunnel.
You want to talk about any of that? Like people are scared of dying and all that?
What?
Like going, well, crossing over in general. It doesn't necessarily be, it can be about suicide, but also just regular crossing over. A lot of people are scared to die because they don't know where they're going. Some people say stay away from the light. Some people go into the light. You know, everybody has their own little version of death, basically.
It's a really good topic because a lot of people are afraid of death. I myself is somebody who used to be afraid of death, and since I've become enlightened, I guess, or awakened, or learned about spirituality, I've not become afraid at all. Actually, I'm kind of impatient. I'm just like, gosh, when is this going to be over already? And I have to hold myself back and try to live in the now and all of this stuff, peace, love, and happiness. But I'm just like, seriously, I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Because you know what's going to happen somehow. You know you're going to live again, and you know you're going to meet the ones you actually resonate your existence with in astral and here. So, and you meet your Akan beings.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, if it's angelics, felines, whatever, you're basically going home to your pack, right?
Yeah.
A pack. And yeah. But it's not stopping there. You're just evolving all the time. And it's like, actually, I can see myself dying in this life. I think I have planned it because I have planned it. And there's a layers. There's a earth dimensional death, and there's a lower dimensional astral death. It's like happening simultaneously because I see myself here dying and being how do you say open chested by the doctors, abduction, no, abduction,
like the coronary bypass surgery kind of thing.
Yeah. When you die, they have this surgery to check your organs.
Okay.
What is it called again?
It's called a autopsy.
Autopsy, yeah. I call it abduction, but it's autopsy. Yeah.
Because they abduct your organs.
Yeah, I see myself having a 3D autopsy, but in a higher dimension, I see Grace, Zetas, having an autopsy on me simultaneously when I die, after I die. And I'll lie. And just for the experience, I go inside my body to be inside and see what they're doing. So I'm dead, but I'm not dead. So I can...
Like, here I am. No, I'm not.
High five. No, just kidding.
You do have big bug eyes, and I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, it does feel like, I mean, if you're confident where you're going to go, I believe you'll be fine. If you're feeling afraid all the time, then
yeah,
it's hard to say. I mean,
you're gonna manifest what you're
yeah.
If you're constantly in your fears, right?
Yeah, 'cause you'll get messages before that time comes up. They're going to warm you up for it. It's gonna, if you remember, that's another story. So it's different for everybody. You just gotta follow what's right for you, basically. There's no right for everybody. It's just what's right for you.
I'm talking to beings in astral before they're entering Earth and whilst they live about how they're going to die, and they're having conversation with me about sudden death or death by disease due to contracts. Even there's a lot of death to choose from. And some beings actually want to die. Like, I want to have like that death, right? Like from the not the prettiest death list.
Yeah.
So they can scare other beings in astral. Oh, how their face look, they can morph into that. So they're actually my kind of what I would pick beings. Like, this is my kind of humor, like, because we don't look at death as something bad or ugly or negative. We don't have these emotions there. We don't have grief. We don't have this huge love for other beings there like we do here. So we do this stuff all the time. Like, people want to be ugly in this shitty ugly. I want to be ugly as hell. Like, why would you want to do that? Yeah, because I need to scare my friend from another planet. Okay? They come here and want to be ugly as hell because they want to scare their friend. Just because that they have to live 50 years here in this shitty hole to scare his friend over there. So, and somebody's like, I've been insectoid for many lifetimes and I've been appreciated for my looks. I want to look most insectoid here. And they look like shit, basically, here. And they look inside the mirror and they say, why don't I look the same as many other people? They actually choose to look this way because then they're going to be noticed in astral that they are insectoid and they have a better way to be picked up by their own, right?
Yeah.
Go home. And
I got a question of about the tunnel. But first, I want to go into like some people incarnate here to be ugly, if you want to call it that. So nobody messes with them. They will be, but people avoid them or whatever. Something might get picked on a little bit, but okay, maybe a lot, but still, they have their reasons for a lot of it from what I'm gathering. It's different for everybody. Not everybody gets bullied to death. Some do for archon reasons, it seems. So, but somebody asked me about the tunnel. I mean, I think it's different for everybody. Like when you cross over, go into the tunnel. Like I said, I think it's different. I believe if you feel that it's familiar, that if it feels safe, I believe it's fine. Of course, there are other beings.
You come with a vacuum cleaner and suck you up.
Suck you up. Yeah, there you go.
If you want to feel a
Yeah.
tunnel.
I don't know. Well, it's different for everybody. Like I said, it's just I think most souls cross over fine, is that some don't. So
I mean, it's so really hard for the three.
yeah, it's hard.
I have to go back to think what I was thinking when I was younger about when I was just inside this program about how big it should look like when I die, right?
Yeah.
Like going through a tunnel of light, then somebody I know will be there, greet me, then music, then violins to the left, then
a million angels singing,
presents to the right.
There's big archons and they're smiling at you.
And then, I mean, there is a false light, right? There is like created by a program. I mean, this.
I would just say cross over and not just go. Don't even think about it. I mean, whatever.
I mean, everybody that's watching this show should contact Ivan.
Yeah.
$5 question. What is my guide's name? Yeah. Just $5 from your pocket. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to make this a commercial or ad, but they would know their name to the guides, and when they die, they can call out their guide name. You don't have to do much more, right?
Will that be like kind of assurance to kind of like check in with him and be like, am I in the right place in real life?
Call Jesus. Sorry, Amy, I was just talking in your mouth.
Well, I would call source energy, because Jesus can be manipulated. So I would call source, God's source. Like when you're crossing over, just go into God's, his furry little beard or whatever you see God as. I don't know, whatever. Whatever you visualize like God as. Yeah, Yoda. It's like whatever. I mean, the name of your God also, you can do this. Or you can contact
your God. Yeah, that's if you had a God in this life, like you saw your ultimate, the highest in your hierarchy, because you made a hierarchy, like a hamburger from McDonald's.
Like a Big Mac.
Yeah, like a Big Mac.
A double, triple quarter pounder with cheese and bacon.
Yeah.
Thank God would be bacon because it tastes so good.
Yeah. I mean, everything, thoughts, I say it again, I've said it so many times. Thoughts are things, you manifest them all the time. Throughout the day, throughout your dream, you just manifest all the time. And you are ready to pick it up in astral whenever. Some things you manifest, they're going to be alive. So
can you explain really quickly what astral is to people and the backlog?
Oh yeah, astral is space, basically space between the dimensions, between the living and yeah. It's where we cross over. It's where we go when we die, when we sleep. Some people call it heaven, but it shouldn't be confused with heaven because it's not like heaven. It's like a gateway, doorway. It's like a dream reality. It's like many layers of stuff.
Like Star Wars merged with Agartha and Return of the Jedi.
It's like, I would say, make it your space and go from there.
That's good.
What can you put in your space? And you can use everything and just create it, right?
Yeah, because we're creators after all.
Yes, we are. And we're co-creators. And we did this we did this. This is our baby. We're living here, and we did this. So why did we do this?
Why did we do this?
Why?
I choose to forget.
And
We're
the
so
amnesia,
remember.
so perfect. Amnesia mode.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, that's the biggest prank of all time. The amnesia mode. You remember everything in astral. You come here and you're in amnesia mode, and you're like, what? I don't remember what I should buy in the store, right? Nothing is right here, and still it's functioning.
That's amazing.
Lower dimension. Yeah.
Do you have something to add, Ivan?
Well, yeah, there are. I mean, this is technically a prison planet, and not entirely because we have free will. So, but there are prison worlds where, you know, you go by the dictator. It does feel like, but this one's kind of like that. But we have a little bit more freedom here, from what it seems.
Yeah, we have the illusion of choice.
Exactly. I don't know, Daria, if you have anything you want to add to that, or
No, I
prison.
still am trying. Like, I know I'm influenced, and I choose the influences, and I call it a choice, but I'm still influenced. So yeah.
Yeah, and you can look at it from the perspective of, yeah, you're being influenced, but you're influenced with options.
Yeah, wow.
To choose from.
Well, I take the journey inwards all the time, or I call it, I just switch off this program and I'm just being me. I'm not allowing people or like programs. I feel when I talk to people that regardless of how they want me to be, I'm still myself. I still talk like this to them. And they're like, what? And I'm like, bye-bye. I have to go now. So, yeah, now it is. I'm
very glad I met you, Daria and Ivan. But Daria, I really admire you for being yourself and being unapologetic about it. There's a lot of people who are kind of afraid to let their self shine brightly, like as if, you know, they're worried somebody's gonna find out what that is and not accept it.
Yeah, like it's going to be worse, but it's not. It's going just to be like 10 times, 1,000 times better than you ever imagined. You just have to go and drop the 3D ego shit off and just be yourself and express yourself. Life is about expressing yourself and allowing yourself just to say something stupid. And don't think, oh no, I said something stupid so that person thinks I'm stupid. Like, who cares? Like, have a good laugh about it. Laugh about yourself, about how stupid people are, about how stupid you are. Like, there's so much more. Like, find, like, there's actually small happiness in this reality. And that is finding happiness in the small stuff. It's like, yeah, your light shine.
Any more last words? You guys want to wrap it up?
Sure, we can wrap it up. Got any last words, Ivan?
Not at the moment, no.
And Daria?
Compliments, Amy. I'm not good at taking compliments.
That's okay. I'll try to compliment you less. How about that?
No, but anyways, well, I just want to say that don't take suicide tonight. Postpone it your entire life. That's my.
Yes, I love that. And I want to say a cliche statement that I've heard all my life, and that is that suicide is a permanent what is it? It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And yeah, there's always more to come, positive things to come if you look for them, reach out for it, even when it's hard. Just know that there are brighter days ahead, and
man up.
And man up.
Yeah.
Be your warrior self and get through Earth alive, mission Earth alive, and get to your family in one piece. And don't let the Archon steal your planets and your universe and your stars and things like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's it for Off the Deep End. Thank Ivan for being here, and Daria as well. And you can find Ivan on his YouTube channel, Ivan Teller. You can check out his website, ivanteller.com, and you could reserve sessions with him, ask him the $5 questions that Daria mentioned, and you can subscribe to his bi-weekly webinar so you can ask him all kinds of questions about things from the meaning of life, or who your spirit guides are, or if your mother really loves you. And I thank Daria for being here from Let's Talk. And also check out her Facebook page. It's called She, like that, and follow that. She's got all kinds of interesting information. It was really an honor to talk to you both. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Next time.
Yeah, I thank you guys for being here. Yeah, you can go to Daria's, I think it's, what is it called? She page, or what is it?
Extraterrestrial Astral Travels. It's actually pre-working on my book there, and it's allowing you expressing yourself basically with the more for the up in the dimensional stuff. And don't judge anybody, because nobody is better or worse. We're just different.
Yeah,
right.
And we all are having our own experiences in our own ways.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Good night, everybody, and thank you guys for being here. All right, wish luck.